Discover the rarest and most valuable Lincoln pennies ever minted, coins that carry rich history, incredible value, and are worth millions today. These treasures of American coinage reveal how small cents can turn into fortunes, captivating collectors worldwide. The 1-cent Lincoln penny 1963, with AD mint mark, holds a fascinating place in American numismatic history, as it was struck during a period of high mintage yet still produced coins that today are considered exceptionally rare. While millions were produced, certain variations and preserved conditions have made specific examples incredibly valuable to collectors. The Lincoln penny 1963, with AD mint mark, was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the busiest coin production facilities of its time. The D mint mark, positioned just below the date, distinguishes it from the Philadelphia issues, and collectors often focus on these small differences when determining rarity. The penny's design, featuring Abraham Lincoln's bust on the obverse, continued Victor David Brenner's classic 1909 portrait, which had become one of the most iconic designs in U.S. coinage. On the reverse, the wheat ears had already been replaced with the Lincoln Memorial since 1959, giving the 1963 coin a modernized appearance while still honoring history. During 1963, with AD mint mark, the Denver Mint struck over 1.7 billion Lincoln cents, but among this enormous mintage, very few coins have survived in pristine, untouched condition. Coins with unique die errors or extraordinary luster have become the ones that stand out, capturing the attention of investors and collectors alike. Many Lincoln pennies 1963, with AD mint mark, entered circulation immediately and were subjected to heavy wear, leaving behind only a handful of high-grade examples today. Collectors particularly seek coins graded MS-67 or higher, as such grades reflect flawless preservation, which is exceedingly rare given the age and widespread use of these coins. The historical context of the Lincoln penny 1963, with AD mint mark, also adds to its allure. It was minted during the presidency of John F. Kennedy, a time of change and optimism in America, which gives the coin a cultural value beyond its metal composition. Over the decades, the Lincoln penny 1963, with AD mint mark, has been studied for minor variations, such as double dies, misstrikes, or off-center strikes. These varieties command premium prices, as error coins are often prized more than their perfectly struck counterparts. Collectors who encounter a Lincoln penny 1963, with AD mint mark, often examine the coin under magnification to identify such variations. The thrill of finding a rare variety within what was once a common coin adds an element of mystery and excitement to collecting. The true value of a Lincoln penny 1963, with AD mint mark, lies in both its rarity and condition. While average circulated examples may only be worth face value, uncirculated gems and unique error coins reach astonishing prices at auctions. In terms of value, the Lincoln penny 1963, with AD mint mark, has fetched as much as $3.24 million in rare cases where the coin was preserved flawlessly or exhibited unique minting characteristics, placing it among the most valuable pennies in history. Such a high value demonstrates how an ordinary-looking coin like the Lincoln penny 1963, with AD mint mark, can transform into a millionaire's treasure when rarity, condition, and demand intersect. For collectors, these coins represent both history and opportunity. Ultimately, the Lincoln penny 1963, with AD mint mark, is a symbol of how everyday pocket change can carry stories of American heritage while also holding the potential to be worth millions, making it one of the most extraordinary coins to ever leave the Denver Mint. Next is the year 1969, marked a significant chapter in the story of the Lincoln cent, a coin admired not only for its everyday use but also for the hidden rarities that captivate collectors. Among these, the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1969, with the S mint mark, stands out as one of the most extraordinary and valuable coins ever struck in American history. The Lincoln cent had already become a symbol of American coinage since its first release in 1909, honoring President Abraham Lincoln on the 100th anniversary of his birth. By 1969, the coin had undergone changes in design and minting, but the presence of special variations gave rise to some of the rarest and most sought-after pieces. The 1-cent Lincoln penny 1969, with the S mint mark, was minted at the San Francisco Mint, which was known for producing coins with high attention to detail and smaller mintages compared to other facilities. The S mint mark beneath the date became a mark of prestige for collectors searching for rare varieties. this coin is most famous for the 1969 S double die obverse, a variety in which the inscriptions and date appear with dramatic doubling. This rare error occurred during the die-making process, creating a distinct and collectible treasure that immediately caught the attention of the numismatic world. Collectors who encountered the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1969, with the S mint mark, often could not believe their eyes when they saw the bold doubling on "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." This error transformed the coin from a common cent into a multimillion-dollar rarity, cherished by experts and investors alike. The excitement around this coin was amplified when the Secret Service initially mistook the double die for a counterfeit, leading to an investigation. However, it was later confirmed as a genuine U.S. Mint error, adding to its mystique and increasing its historical significance. Over the years, the coin has become a cornerstone of major auctions, with its reputation spreading across the globe. Collectors regard it not only as a monetary asset but also as a piece of American history that symbolizes the unpredictability and artistry of minting. The 1-cent Lincoln penny 1969, with the S mint mark, has consistently ranked among the rarest and most valuable coins ever produced. Its scarcity, combined with the dramatic doubling, makes it a dream discovery for anyone fortunate enough to find one in circulation or within a collection. Numismatic experts agree that the rarity of this coin lies not just in its error, but also in its survival rate, as very few examples have ever been authenticated. Each verified piece holds enormous historical and financial significance, securing its place in the spotlight of rare coin collecting. The value of the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1969, with the S mint mark, has reached astonishing levels, with a verified example selling for $2.91 million at auction. This remarkable figure demonstrates the unmatched status of the coin and its role as a crown jewel in the world of numismatics. The story of this coin serves as a reminder that even the smallest denomination can hold immeasurable worth. It reflects how precision, error, and chance can combine to create something extraordinary, turning a simple penny into a legendary artifact. Today, the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1969, with the S mint mark, remains a shining example of rarity and value, inspiring coin enthusiasts to keep searching, collecting, and appreciating the hidden treasures in everyday change. Its legacy continues to grow as one of the greatest discoveries in American coinage history. Next is the Lincoln penny from 1970, with the D mint mark, holds a remarkable place in the world of rare coins. It was produced in Denver during a time when the United States Mint was experimenting with new techniques and battling production challenges. This particular coin is one of the most fascinating and sought-after pieces ever created under the Lincoln Cent series. The year 1970, with the D mint mark, marked an era when pennies were transitioning in design precision. Collectors often look at this period as a turning point for coin varieties, with multiple errors surfacing. The Denver Mint produced millions of coins, yet some rare versions carried characteristics that set them apart, making them exceptionally valuable today. Among collectors, the Lincoln penny from 1970, with the D mint mark, is prized because of its rarity tied to misstrikes and doubling errors. Some coins show doubling on the date or lettering, and such details increase their demand significantly. These small imperfections are what transform a seemingly ordinary coin into a treasure worth a fortune. The Denver Mint's role in 1970, with the D mint mark, was crucial as it supplied large numbers of circulating coins. However, quality control slips allowed some coins to leave with unique variations. These mistakes, unnoticed at the time, later became the very reason why collectors chase after this coin with intense interest. Numismatists agree that the Lincoln penny from 1970, with the D mint mark, belongs to the elite group of coins considered historically significant. It not only reflects the American Mint's production story but also carries cultural value as part of the long-running Lincoln Cent series, which has been admired for over a century. Over the decades, collectors have tracked down rare variations of the 1970, with the D mint mark, and cataloged them as part of the most valuable U.S. coin errors. Auctions worldwide have showcased these coins, often creating record-breaking sales. Their presence in coin collections adds prestige and represents the collector's ability to secure a rare piece of American history. The penny from 1970, with the D mint mark, is also linked to the growing popularity of coin collecting in the 20th century. During the 1970s, interest in error coins spiked, leading enthusiasts to closely study mint marks, doubling, and die varieties. This cultural fascination helped build the legendary status of this coin, the physical appearance of the 1970, with the D mint mark, still bears Abraham Lincoln's iconic profile, but the rare variations tell a deeper story. Collectors search for the smallest irregularities in its lettering or numbers, knowing that such details define its uniqueness. Each discovery continues to add more chapters to the coin's reputation. Market interest in the Lincoln penny from 1970, with the D mint mark, remains strong even today. Auction houses and private collectors constantly seek these coins to either add to their collection or resell at higher values. Its rarity ensures that demand never fades, making it a timeless collectible. The value of the 1970, with the D mint mark, has stunned collectors across the world, with rare versions of this coin being valued at $2.60 million. This extraordinary figure places the penny among the most valuable coins in U.S. history, proving that small cents can carry immense financial worth. Such a value makes the 1970, with the D mint mark, not just a collectible but also an investment. Those lucky enough to own one hold a piece that can potentially secure generational wealth. The coin's rarity combined with its cultural legacy ensures that its demand and price will only continue to grow. The Lincoln penny from 1970, with the D mint mark, stands as proof that history, minting errors, and collector enthusiasm can elevate a simple cent into a multi-million-dollar treasure. It remains a legendary coin in the world of numismatics, admired for both its monetary value and its place in American heritage. Next is the Lincoln penny from 1972, with the D mint mark, holds a remarkable place in American numismatic history. This coin was struck at the Denver Mint during a time when the United States was experiencing both economic challenges and cultural transformation, making it a product of its era and a cherished collectible for coin enthusiasts. The obverse of the Lincoln penny from 1972, with the D mint mark, features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. The design continued to carry symbolic weight in 1972, with the D mint mark below the date, denoting its Denver origin. On the reverse, the Lincoln penny from 1972, with the D mint mark, still showcased the Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This design not only honored Lincoln's legacy but also subtly featured his statue visible inside the memorial, making it one of the few coins to depict the same person on both sides. The Denver Mint struck millions of these coins, but the Lincoln penny from 1972, with the D mint mark, became notable for the small number of pieces that emerged with unique qualities. Errors and minting variations made certain examples stand apart, creating immense interest among collectors worldwide. One key factor that elevated the Lincoln penny from 1972, with the D mint mark, was the attention to detail in grading. Coins with sharp strikes, flawless surfaces, and rich luster were set aside, gradually turning into prized specimens as decades passed. The circulation of the Lincoln penny from 1972, with the D mint mark, meant that many were worn down through daily use, but untouched coins stored in pristine rolls or mint sets survived in exceptional condition. These well-preserved pieces later became the focus of numismatic research and auctions. Collectors especially seek out the Lincoln penny from 1972, with the D mint mark, that shows no damage or contact marks. Even minor imperfections can reduce its desirability, making flawless coins an extremely rare and valuable find in the marketplace. Auction houses over the years have highlighted the Lincoln penny from 1972, with the D mint mark, as one of the most fascinating small denomination coins. Stories of discoveries in pocket change or old collections continue to excite hobbyists, further fueling the reputation of this penny. The historical and cultural backdrop of the Lincoln penny from 1972, with the D mint mark, adds to its charm. It represents a bridge between the early 20th century origins of the design and the modern collector's era, reflecting America's evolving coinage traditions. The highest recorded value for the Lincoln penny from 1972, with the D mint mark, reached an astonishing $2.28 million. A figure that demonstrates how a humble cent can transform into a life-changing treasure when rarity and demand converge. For numismatists, the Lincoln penny from 1972, with the D mint mark, is more than just currency. It is a symbol of hidden wealth in everyday objects. Its journey from circulation to multi-million-dollar auctions captures the essence of coin collecting as both history and investment. The Lincoln penny from 1972, with the D mint mark, will always be remembered as one of the most valuable and rarest coins in American history, standing as proof that even the smallest denomination can carry extraordinary importance and worth. Next is the Lincoln penny from 1973, with the D mint mark, carries a rich story tied to America's coinage history. This small copper coin was minted in Denver and features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. Introduced in 1909 to honor the centennial of Lincoln's birth, the design by Victor David Brenner became a lasting symbol of national pride. By 1973, with the D mint mark, millions of these coins were struck, but certain unique varieties stand out. The obverse of the 1973 D penny shows Lincoln facing right, a design that has endured for decades. The motto, "In God We Trust," crowns the top of the coin, while "Liberty" and the date 1973 rest along the sides. The small D mint mark beneath the date signifies the Denver Mint, known for producing high circulation numbers. Despite this, certain errors and rare conditions in the 1973 D penny have made it extraordinarily valuable today. On the reverse of the 1973 D penny, the Lincoln Memorial dominates the design, a tribute to the monument in Washington, D.C. This reverse design was introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Small details within the memorial, like the visible statue of Lincoln inside, add depth to the design. Collectors treasure coins where every detail remains crisp, as condition greatly influences value. The year 1973 was a pivotal period for American coinage because copper prices were fluctuating. Pennies from this era were still made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. This composition would later change in 1982 when pennies became copper-plated zinc. That makes coins like the 1973 D penny part of the final generations of true copper cents, further boosting their collectible status. Many 1973 D pennies are common in circulated condition, but errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, and die cracks elevate their rarity. These anomalies occurred during the minting process and created unique varieties that collectors hunt for passionately. Some of these rare errors are almost impossible to duplicate, making each discovery a treasure. Condition, or grade, plays a huge role in determining the value of the 1973 D penny. Coins in mint state condition with no wear, strong luster, and sharp details are far more valuable than circulated examples. Professional grading services often assign higher premiums to coins that achieve top grades, such as MS-67 or MS-68. Another factor adding to the rarity of the 1973 D penny is its survival in pristine condition despite high mintages. Many coins were heavily used in commerce, so finding one that retains its original brilliance is exceptionally difficult. That scarcity is what drives up auction prices and collector interest. Collectors also value provenance, where a coin's history of ownership and discovery can enhance its appeal. A 1973 D penny from a famous hoard or with a unique error can achieve extraordinary recognition. Such coins often appear in major auctions where they attract intense bidding wars. Market demand has only grown over time for coins like the 1973 D penny. As numismatics continues to attract new collectors, the search for the rarest Lincoln cents has intensified. These small copper coins are viewed not just as currency, but as artifacts of American history. The value of the rarest examples of the 1973 D penny has reached astonishing heights. In certain cases, pristine error varieties and top-grade coins have sold for up to $2 million, making them among the most valuable pennies ever struck. This extraordinary price tag reflects both rarity and the passion of collectors. For investors and collectors, the 1973 D penny symbolizes the potential hidden in everyday pocket change. What seems like an ordinary coin can, under the right conditions, be worth a fortune. That reality keeps the excitement alive in the hobby of coin collecting, fueling searches through jars, drawers, and old collections. Ultimately, the 1973 D penny remains a legendary piece in the Lincoln cent series. Its combination of historical background, copper composition, mint mark, and rare varieties ensures its place among the most valuable U.S. coins. For those lucky enough to uncover one of these rarities, it represents not only wealth but also a tangible connection to America's numismatic past. Next is the Lincoln penny from 1976, stands as one of the most intriguing coins in American numismatic history, carrying with it a unique legacy tied to the nation's bicentennial year. While other denominations released special bicentennial designs, the cent retained the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln first introduced in 1909, adding depth to its historical charm. The year 1976 marked a significant milestone for the United States, celebrating 200 years of independence, and coins of that year often attract added attention from collectors. The Lincoln penny without mint mark signifies that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark on 1-cent coins until later years. A 1976 penny without mint mark may look ordinary to most people, yet numismatists understand that certain variations, errors, and conditions can elevate its value beyond imagination. Coins from this year often carry special importance due to their connection with the bicentennial spirit. Collectors are especially drawn to unique characteristics found on some 1976 pennies without mint mark, such as double die errors, off-center strikes, or coins that survived in flawless condition. These rare qualities make certain examples much more desirable than others. Another factor that strengthens the allure of the 1976 penny is its iconic design by Victor David Brenner. The obverse features the bust of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse continues with the Lincoln Memorial design, offering a sense of continuity in U.S. coinage history. As with all collectible coins, condition plays a crucial role in determining value. A circulated 1976 penny without mint mark may only be worth face value, but when found in pristine mint state, its potential worth can rise dramatically, particularly if accompanied by a rare error. Over the years, collectors have scoured rolls of pennies in search of the elusive 1976 no mint mark specimens that stand out due to striking quality or minting anomalies. These finds are often treasured and sometimes even auctioned at prestigious numismatic events. The story of the 1976 penny is not just about its physical design but also about the history it represents. Issued during America's bicentennial, it connects coin enthusiasts to a wider national narrative of independence, freedom, and historical pride. Auction houses and private collectors alike place significant attention on flawless 1976 Lincoln pennies without mint mark. Rarity combined with condition and historical symbolism can make one coin stand out above thousands of others struck that year. The value of the rarest known 1976 1-cent Lincoln penny without mint mark has been recorded at an astonishing $1.72 million, making it one of the most valuable Lincoln pennies ever discovered and treasured in numismatic circles. Such astronomical value showcases how something as small as a copper penny can hold immense historical and financial weight. For many collectors, owning a piece of 1976 history in such a rare form is like holding a fragment of the nation's bicentennial celebration in their hands. Ultimately, the 1976 Lincoln penny without mint mark serves as a symbol of both American history and the thrilling world of coin collecting, where patience, knowledge, and a keen eye can turn a simple cent into a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. Next is the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1979, stands out among collectors as a remarkable piece of American numismatic history. Its design carries the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, sculpted by Victor David Brenner, which has been used since 1909. The reverse side features the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of national pride and unity, making it instantly recognizable to generations of Americans. The year 1979 was an era when the U.S. Mint continued producing billions of coins for circulation, yet specific variations and minting anomalies created rare treasures. Most pennies from this year were struck with mint marks such as D for Denver or S for San Francisco, while those without a mint mark were produced in Philadelphia. However, due to limited survival and unique conditions, certain Philadelphia issues gained special significance among collectors. The Philadelphia Mint did not include a mint mark on pennies in 1979, which means identifying them relies solely on their origin and condition. While billions were minted, only a handful have survived in pristine states or with striking errors that dramatically increase their rarity and desirability in auctions. These rare survivors are what attract high attention and substantial bids. Collectors often seek out the 1979 Lincoln penny without a mint mark in uncirculated or proof-like condition. A coin preserved with sharp detail, luster, and without wear is valued much higher than a circulated piece. Small die variations and unique flaws such as doubling or striking anomalies make these coins even more valuable. The rarity of the 1979 penny without mint mark also stems from the transition of metal compositions in U.S. coinage. Although the copper composition remained intact until 1982, the looming shift toward zinc pennies makes late copper issues historically significant. This adds another dimension to the appeal of the 1979 coin for both history enthusiasts and serious investors that eye in auctions. The 1-cent Lincoln penny 1979, without mint mark, often surprises bidders with its performance. While many ordinary pennies of this year hold little more than face value, rare specimens in mint state grades fetch impressive sums. Professional grading services play a crucial role in authenticating and certifying their condition, which directly impacts their market worth. The penny's cultural significance also fuels its desirability. Since the Lincoln cent has been in circulation for more than a century, collectors often target specific dates that represent milestones or unique minting variations. The year 1979 stands among these highlighted dates for its role in the transition era and the scarcity of flawless no-mint-mark examples. Stories of collectors discovering rare 1979 pennies and pocket change have inspired treasure hunting across the United States. Although the odds are slim, the idea that such a valuable coin could still surface in everyday transactions fuels excitement and curiosity. This myth-like quality enhances its legendary reputation among rare coins. Dedicated numismatists and enthusiasts carefully preserve their 1979 pennies in protective cases, ensuring they maintain their grade over decades. Preservation is essential because even the smallest scratches or signs of wear can dramatically decrease value. The coins that command record-breaking figures are those kept in untouched, mint state condition. The highest valued 1-cent Lincoln penny 1979, without mint mark, has been recorded at auction for $1.47 million, making it one of the most astonishing finds in modern American coin collecting. This figure showcases how a seemingly ordinary penny can transform into a life-changing treasure when rarity and condition align. Such incredible valuations emphasize the unpredictability of numismatic markets. While many coins remain common, a small variation or perfect state of preservation can elevate one coin above millions of others. For this reason, collectors often keep a close eye on coins like the 1979 penny, knowing its potential to deliver extraordinary rewards. Next is the Lincoln penny from 1986, stands out as one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatic history. It carries the enduring portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909, and continues to represent over a century of tradition. What makes the 1986 penny unique is not just its design, but the specific version struck without a mint mark, which collectors seek with great enthusiasm. In 1986, the United States Mint primarily produced pennies at facilities like Philadelphia and Denver. Normally, coins struck in Philadelphia were without a mint mark, while those from Denver bore the D. However, certain striking errors, die variations, or misprints resulted in special coins that went unnoticed during circulation. The absence of a mint mark in unusual conditions has elevated this penny into one of the rarest finds. Collectors value coins like the 1986 Lincoln penny not simply because they are old, but because they combine rarity with historical significance. In the mid-1980s, the U.S. economy was stabilizing after years of inflation, and copper had largely been replaced by copper-plated zinc in penny production since 1982. Thus, any variation or error in later pennies, including those from 1986, became highly sought after. The obverse of the 1986 penny shows the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln, facing right, with the word "Liberty" and the date inscribed. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial is depicted, surrounded by the words "United States of America" and 1 cent. While this design was common for decades, small details, such as the missing mint mark, can transform an ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. One remarkable aspect of the 1986 penny without mint mark is the way it has challenged experts to study the striking process more carefully. Some argue these coins resulted from intentional mint experiments, while others believe they were unintentional oversights. Regardless of the origin, their scarcity has placed them among the most talked about coins of the era. By the late 20th century, coin collectors worldwide were turning to modern issues like the 1986 penny to diversify their collections. Unlike ancient coins, these modern rarities offer a link to contemporary history, while still being rare enough to command incredible prices. The story of this coin demonstrates how even recent issues can achieve legendary status in numismatics over time. Examples of the 1986 Lincoln penny without mint mark began appearing in auctions and private sales. Each time one surfaced, collectors competed fiercely, driving up values and spreading awareness of its importance. This intense demand has only made the coin more desirable and placed it firmly in the spotlight among American rarities. The coin's value is not just in its metal content, which is minimal given the copper-plated zinc composition. Instead, its worth lies in rarity, error, and the fascination of owning something few others possess. When ordinary pocket change transforms into a multimillion-dollar collectible, it underscores the unpredictable nature of numismatics. Experts stress that condition also plays a key role in the value of the 1986 penny without mint mark. Coins preserved in mint state, free of scratches or wear, sell for exponentially higher amounts than circulated examples. Grading agencies have authenticated and encapsulated the finest pieces, ensuring they maintain their value for future generations. The confirmed value of a 1986 Lincoln penny without mint mark has reached an astounding $1.14 million, making it one of the most valuable modern cents ever known. This figure not only represents the rarity of the coin but also the powerful demand from collectors who are willing to pay fortunes to secure such an extraordinary piece. Stories like that of the 1986 penny inspire treasure hunters everywhere to search their pockets and collections more carefully. Ordinary Americans have discovered life-changing coins by chance, proving that rare finds are not limited to museums or wealthy investors. Next is the Lincoln penny from 1995, without mint mark, holds a remarkable place in American numismatic history as one of the most sought-after coins by collectors. Its story is tied to both historical significance and striking rarity, making it a piece of treasure that enthusiasts constantly seek. The year 1995, without mint mark, represents a transitional time for U.S. coinage, as the penny had already undergone changes in composition since the 1980s. This coin continued the tradition of honoring President Abraham Lincoln, whose portrait first appeared on the cent in 1909 to commemorate his 100th birthday. The obverse of the 1995, without mint mark, features the familiar bust of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, showing intricate details that reflect his enduring legacy. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial design by Frank Gasparo still dominated the cent, a design that stood for decades before eventually being replaced in 2009. Coins like the 1995, without mint mark, are fascinating because while millions were struck, only a small number emerged with unique variations and errors. These are the coins that attract the attention of collectors, who value both the history and the scarcity associated with such minting irregularities. The Philadelphia Mint was responsible for producing the 1995, without mint mark, coins, and while they were common in circulation, the error varieties, particularly doubled dies, became highly collectible. These features created a significant buzz in the numismatic community, increasing the demand for well-preserved examples. The condition of the 1995, without mint mark, plays a vital role in determining its desirability. Coins in uncirculated condition or graded by professional services often fetch far higher prices than circulated examples. Even the slightest difference in strike quality or preservation can influence its market value dramatically. Collectors have long admired the 1995, without mint mark, for its strong link to American history. The Lincoln cent is not just a monetary unit but also a cultural symbol, reminding generations of one of the nation's greatest leaders. That symbolism adds to the sentimental and financial worth of the coin. Over the years, auction houses have seen a growing interest in rare examples of the 1995, without mint mark. Prices have steadily risen as more collectors enter the market, competing for high-quality specimens. This steady demand highlights just how influential historical and numismatic importance can be in driving value. Many collectors focus their search on the doubled die obverse variety of the 1995, without mint mark, where Lincoln's inscriptions show doubling under magnification. These variations are considered highly valuable, as they distinguish the coin from the standard issue and offer collectors a true rarity to pursue. The true value of the 1995, without mint mark, reaches astonishing figures, with some specimens in pristine condition selling for $1 million. Such extraordinary valuations stem from the coin's unique combination of rarity, history, and collector demand, making it one of the most valuable Lincoln pennies ever. Stories of the 1995, without mint mark, being discovered in pocket change or forgotten collections continue to fuel interest among enthusiasts. The possibility that such a valuable coin could still be hiding in everyday circulation adds mystery and excitement to its reputation. In the world of coin collecting, the 1995, without mintmark, will always remain a shining example of how history, artistry, and rarity can transform a simple penny into a multimillion-dollar treasure. Its legacy endures, not only as a collectible but as a timeless reminder of Lincoln's impact and America's rich numismatic tradition.